think that makes everything look even more crooked. I'll take it. No, I unplugged a monitor and my GPU went crazy, and I had to reset the whole. I had to unplug everything and recalibrate the monitor. I'm running a workstation GPU, ECC memory. Usually doesn't have any issues, but when I unplugged the monitor while I was on the stream and I have 100 cables hooked up to this computer. Like, I don't know how much you can see. When I unplugged that monitor, it sent my PC into just crazy town. No, I don't. But I do consult with people sometimes. Um, if you're interested in learning, I'd be happy to teach a few things. See if I can get this back rolling. But yeah, dude, my whole computer froze. It was kind of wild. But no, I'm self-taught. I think the last thing I was saying is everything is figure outable. And I found a way to just make crazy good money doing crazy stuff that most people would never think of trying. And I watch a lot of YouTube. But I did have students, not with game development. It was mostly with website development and technology, electronics, music. But the game development stuff, it's mostly been a passion project of mine. Golf course booming. Really can't see out there. So we're going to let this project load. How can I get in touch with you? Because I know a few things. I use Unreal Engine and Blender, South Africa. Instagram, 901 CORYOWENS. I'll type that in chat. Or YouTube. You're on YouTube, so definitely consider reaching out to me on there as well, because I do get notifications from YouTube more than I don't check my Instagram notifications until I feel like it. I got Instagram notifications turned off, but I see my YouTube notifications all the time. So we're loading downtown Memphis map, and I'm gonna hide a couple of screens. I'm gonna put this one to the left, and we're gonna put restream to the right. Oh, I see. We'll turn a couple of these display captures off. Sure, man. Comment section, Instagram DMs, and just watching my videos, I think, can help as well. I'm more in like showcase mode than I am in teaching mode, but I think the showcasing I'm doing has a lot of teachable moments. But you know, it's really niche for the project that I'm working on because there aren't a lot of people doing what I'm doing and using the engine the way that I do. So just something to consider, I guess. But you can definitely learn how I'm utilizing the engine to achieve my goals. Looks like everything needs to load back up into memory. And we're going to try this augmented reality setup. Should go get a beverage. So I drink my orange juice. Kind of sad about it. Well, man, download Unreal Engine. It's free. If you have a little money, get YouTube Premium so that you don't have to deal with ads on YouTube, and start watching as many YouTube tutorials as possible about as many things as possible that you think are relative to you. Don't try to make a game right away. Instead, try to make a concept, not a game, but a concept, and look into things like gray boxing to learn how to like build environments in Unreal Engine. Um, you don't want to, like, I'm doing a lot of detail because I'm also getting paid for an NDA project, a project I can't really disclose information about, but this is being built inside of my Memphis Metaverse digital twin. So I'm sharing the digital twin side of the project. And the detail that I'm adding is very unnecessary as it relates to the game development side of this, because what the typical workflow should be to block out an environment and use what's called proxy meshes, which are very low poly, highly optimized, low triangle count assets that gives me like an idea of scale and playability, the ability for me to like navigate through the environment and to have these gameplay mechanics that I want. But I'm doing high fidelity detail modeling because I'm also being commissioned for a project outside of what I'm streaming about. All right, so I'm not going to put that information in the stream, but the project I'm being commissioned for aids in my ability to build the environment. So I'm going to include this environment in my game, which is why I'm showcasing it. Let's look at pixel streaming. Let's go to project settings. Let's go down to UDP, messaging, and let's change our, you know what? We might not have to change our unicast endpoint. I just need to go and add some static endpoints. So we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4 devices. We're going to see if these are going to work. Device number 1 is 192.168.1. 239. So control all copy paste 239. Tab. Whoops, maybe one. Paste. This one is 252. We just want to know that all these devices are connected. This one's 61. And this one is 96. Let's close this and keep it on 0, 0, 0, 0. Let's see if it works. It could, it might not. Let's go to ipconfig. So we're going to open up the terminal command prompt. And 26, 126 is the number. So we can close these or just leave them open. I'm going to open Unremote. I'm going to go into Live Link and let's see if there is a remote session. So if I close these, does the remote session go away? Yes, it does. It looks like we're back in business. The computer restart probably definitely helped. We're going to connect both of them. I don't know which one is going to do the business, but maybe we can get both working at the same time. Now let's open this. 102, 168, 126, 80. Both of them look like they will be able to connect. So before I get started, I will go into, we're going to do one at a time. We're not going to overdo it. Connecting your mobile device 4, I'll show you. I've been using Quixel Bridge presets now. Haven't tried Fab because it's been long since I took a break. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in Quixel Bridge, but Fab is definitely the way to go now since they've worked on the integration into the engine natively. It works really well. I suggest it. I've bought a lot of assets from there, some of which I'm using right now. And damn it, my TV is going to start like just cutting on and off because I need to reseat my cable. But let's take one tablet and let's see if we can get any mobile tracking. No tracking with this. VCam actor, we got to set the transform. It's active. Viewport 1, pixel streaming. So if I turn it off and back on, is it going to crash? Or is it going to put me back into business? Let's test it out and see. And there's something that I don't have set right now that's not going to give me the ability to move the camera around. VCam actor. It is set to transform. Let's turn it off and back on. But I think there's a different device. Well, of course, these aren't connected to anything. Doing the tracking. So let's go to the VCam component. I think I need to change my rate. So let's go right click, display settings. Let's go down to advanced. Let's set this to 50 hertz. Okay. VCam actor, tracking, pixel streaming, active. Okay. TV, we ain't doing this today, buddy. It's the beauty of a sit-stand desk. Okay. I bet if I changed viewports, this would do exactly what I wanted to do. So let's go window. No. Yeah, window viewports, viewport 2. And let's set this to be on viewport 2. Make sure your camera is not Yeah, there's nothing preventing my camera. So, VCam actor, what I can do now is just go add a source from somewhere, maybe. Both of these are connecting, so let's cancel the connections. Let's close one of them. Let's use this one. Let's set the VCam actor back to viewport 1. And then, okay, it's not responding, so it means it was this one. So let's turn this one off. Are you telling me that this was the one? Or is not the one? And I bet you it's the phone. Like one of these will connect, but it won't give me control over the camera. Potentially, unless I go into viewport 2. Okay, no, that's the VCam component. Let's go into camera component. What is all this? Pan, tilt, all this stuff. I haven't really touched the camera component. Scene component doesn't really matter. VCam actor self is enabled. There's no role. And there's no active data source. So, let's see if we can get this working. Let's set this exclusive to viewport 2. I think I know what to do. Let's pilot the camera. Let's click on this. Let's exit out of both of them. And I bet you if I connect the phone, it is going to move. So you need to enable some virtual production plugins. I would Google VCam handheld Unreal Engine, or look it up on YouTube, and it'll give you some steps for how to set it up. And it can be complicated, but there are some prerequisites. So I think what I need to do is go into tools. Project settings. Go all the way down to UDP messaging. We're going to change this to 192, 168, 126. We've got all of our devices in there. And this is set to 6666, so maybe we change it to 8888. I mean, it does connect, so we technically don't need to change it. Still connect it, but neither of the devices are using their gyroscope, and that is the main issue. So number one, and these tablets are getting hot fast. Viewport 1. Oh, I shouldn't have enabled that, I guess. So this is like, it's trial and error until it works. And then as soon as it works, like, boom. The goal is for me to be able to have multiple devices connected, but I'm going to at least get one of them working in this session during this stream. And it basically works as a virtual production camera. Wherever I walk, let's skip restore. Wherever I walk through the room with my camera, the virtual camera in the engine will follow. So I know I can get it to work here, but something, it's got to be a blueprint. It might be a blueprint in the level preventing me from let me think this through. I don't think I have music playing right now. And I should. Let's go. Let's try to play something that's chill, acid jazz that we played before. So, first things first. Let these textures load. I'm going to mute my mic and I'm going to do a little desk vac. Always good to have a nice little vac. Okay, so let's leave out of there. I'm going to delete these VCam actors. Quite sure what's going on here. What the hell? Okay, so shift slows us down a little bit. And there's my TV again. This is a brand new HDMI cable. Like, what the hell is going on? What the helly? What the helly? Let's set it to a tremendously low frame refresh rate. And let's change the setting on my TV maybe. Oh. Stuff is off. I don't know what's going on. Okay. They'll probably keep doing that, but let's add, okay. Pixel streaming, 8888. Project settings. Try this again. We're gonna do it from Screwzatch, UDP messaging. Change this back to 8888. Okay, 192, 168, 126. Enable transport. No, that is okay. Last time we didn't really even add any static endpoints, so maybe it's not necessary. But virtual production vcam actor disabled, not active. Let's set it to remote output provider. HUD. I'm gonna change it back to pixel streaming provider. We want to disable AR face kit tracking. We're not doing any of that stuff. Viewport 1 active, HUD, pixel streaming provider. Everything's supposed to be set up correctly. So let's just hit retry and see if one of these connects. Close the settings, add a couple of arrays. But if I add one array, maybe 196, okay. And cancel. I wonder if I'm supposed to do code 0 right here. Is that what worked last time? Sometimes we get lucky. Cancel. The phone is going to work though, I can guarantee you. So watch this. All right, so I'm going to open this up, set to 26. Message bus source. It might pop up in a minute. Connect. Usually if it's just even if it's not connected, it usually pops up right here. But let's go into settings. Let's add this one, 252. 8888, 26, 0. Okay. And let's just maybe close it, open it back up. I don't know, guys. We might not get it to work, but so for now, you're still in environment development. Yes. Environment development for sure. VCAM. Add a new one. Let's try 92, 168, 126. Done. Probably won't connect. Could connect. I don't know. And then we got to figure out which thing we changed. Pixel streaming. It wasn't even, the streaming server wasn't even started. So that could have been an issue. Okay, so if I wasn't streaming, I would turn my own internet off and back on. And then, of course, Windows Firewall usually has a problem with allowing, well, it's off, so that shouldn't matter. All right, let's go back to add source. So if we change this back to 6666, oh, hold on. Yeah, 192.168.126. Okay. Stop server. Let's set it to 6666. And let's do the same thing over here. And see if they correlate. Launch server. And then if I pull this up, will it show in live link? It does. But that also means that I should be able to retry connecting with one of these. 168.126.80. Nothing, nothing. But I can from here, I bet. Or okay, remote session. And then through this, I can just get a remote session going and use a camera transform through my live link subject, and that'll give me at least this. So does that mean so what does that mean for this one? Do I have this one in the engine right now? This one is 96. 268, 96. 2 array element, 6666. 126, 0. So if I set this back to default. Will it connect then? Maybe not. Sometimes it works on the VCAM actor. This is probably going to be the not fun part to watch. Just warning y'all. Because it's a lot of trial and error and doing the same thing over and over and over and over. So VCAM actor number 1, they're not connecting. And it's possible that if I go back to set this to 8888, port 80, launch. That doesn't resolve, we'll set this one back to 8. So the phone I know works on 6. try one time. Let's assume that it's not going to work. So, I mean, it's great that I can get one of the devices to pick up the VCam and I can move the device. But there's a different app that allows you to get so much more control and to have a visual on the tablet. And 23001. I think that's wrong. It's 127. And that could be wrong also. Yeah, this has never been as challenging as it is right now. So normally what I can do is I can, let's cancel, I can just pull it up and it works. So let's go to number 2. We'll do VCam active transform. We need to go Windows, viewports, enable viewport 2. Pixel streaming provider, we're gonna disable that. Disable this, re-enable it, re-enable it. Okay. Retry. Connect. And great. That's good and all. But now let's disconnect. Disable. Viewport 2 with VCam HUD. Okay. Go down to the VCam component and set it to viewport 2. And reactivate it. Output settings, reactivate it, viewport 2, and let's connect. Still no motion. We got visuals. We don't have motion, and it's like it's latest. Let's disable the none. Let's keep VCam active transform on. Live link preprocessors. No, don't need that. Delete. I'm afraid if I like disable it and then re-enable it, that it is going to crash. But sometimes that has been the solution. Let's go remote output provider, enable. And then we switch it back to pixel streaming, enable, or is active. Okay, picked it up, worked. Viewport 1. All right. Now, no HUD. Okay, so let's go HUD. Should disconnect and reconnect. Okay, we're in there. Uh, all right. Universal zoom. Camera. Oh, here's what we're looking for. Movement. Joystick rotation. All movement. Let's go 3x. I can also use the controls here. So joystick movement, let's go 2x, 4x. Let's turn around just with my fingers. Got a lot of content in here, I think, which is part of the problem. Like all those buildings out there, if I delete all of those. All right, so Storm, man, dude. Finally got my furniture customization working well for the player. Can sit any chair in the game, move their house furniture around. Awesome. I'm gonna need you to show me how to do that one day. Okay, show on the engine. What do you mean, show on the engine? This was really tough to figure out, but I think for ArcViz, I gotta set to 100. Welcome to Memphis Metas. We are not in VR, we are in AR, augmented reality. Let's go over here a little bit. Myself up. Just want to see. I'm extremely impressed with how this has turned out. Once I get rid of all the unnecessary stuff that's in here, this will perform a lot better. But seeing that this works now, you know, it's like a bug. This is 5.5. 5.6 probably has even more bugs because they're definitely not focusing on this. 5.4 or 3 or maybe even 4 point something might be best suited for this workflow. But again, you know, this is 18 gigs worth of information streaming to the computer, to the tablet, through the computer via pixel streaming. 18 gigs, right? And we're using the gyroscope to see all of this information and all of my movements in real time. Of course, I can turn off game mode. So if I go just click on screen and hit G, right? Or maybe I need to do it here. I just have to click on anything, I guess. And then it's good. Escape. Okay, wait. Nope, we're still showing game mode here, so does it make a difference if I... Okay, yeah. I just have to click on the viewport 1, which is the one that's supposed to be in focus. Oh, so this is also active in viewport 2. So that might be the reason why we're getting a lot of lag. So if I go over here, this is set to viewport 1. And if I go to the VCAM component, it's also set to viewport 1. So I can just close viewport 2. I don't need it. Immediately, it feels a little less sluggish. Photogrammetry. Let's turn the cesium buildings off. Cesium's on and we are in game mode. I'll turn off game mode and hide this rectangle. Oh, okay. So let's take cesium and hidden, uncheck hidden. for both of these. Go back here and type G. All right, perfect. So the speed at which I can see is also, this depends on how close I am. Read the first comment. Can you explain step by step how you did it before? You know what, man? I wish I could, but it's a bunch of trial and error, unfortunately. I will say this: if you learn how to do VCam from YouTube and you learn how to get it set up, and then you start running into issues, tell me where you run into those issues and I'll help you out. Because there is a significant amount of, hey, what's happening? Oh, there we go. Of trial and error that you have to go through if things don't work out exactly. But what I will do though, is I will look at all of my settings. I'm actually going to do that right now. I'm going to look at all of my settings and write them down or type them up. And I will create a tutorial on YouTube because this is some serious work. Pixel streaming. So let's turn this off. Disconnect everything. Oh, stop signaling server. Let's open up a notepad. Alex! Also just shot you an email to ask about getting a fundraiser flyer design. Do you think you could help with that? Need it kind of quick. Hot. Yeah, I got you, buddy. Let's see. Notepad. One of my clients needs some work done. Pixel streaming. We're on stream port 8888. So let's take a look. I think that's what it said. Streamer port 8888. Viewer port 80. Okay. This is going to be different on your computer. So the first thing you want to do is open up your terminal and then type in ipconfig, and you're going to look at your IPv4 address, your IP address. For me, it's 192.168.126. And you're going to take note of that in your project settings. I mean, you got to have the appropriate plugins enabled. So go to YouTube, look up a tutorial, do all of that. My Signal server is off right now, but if I go all the way down to UDP messaging, I add my IP address with a :0 into unicast endpoint. In multicast endpoint, I think that's set by default. Don't change that, don't mess with it. But your static endpoints a little bit further down in the UDP messaging section are going to be the IP addresses of your devices that you want to stream out of, right? You want to use pixel streaming to an iPad or an iPhone or an Android. You want to go into your Wi-Fi settings for that device. For me, I go to settings, Wi-Fi, and then I click on the little information icon next to my connected Wi-Fi like name, and then that gives me the IP address of my device, and I put that into the static endpoints. you go in 5.5, you go to the quick add menu, and then you look under virtual production and you go to VCam actor. Sometimes that's a different name depending on what version of Unreal Engine you're using. Just go to YouTube, search VCAM handheld iPad, and I think a lot of videos will come up kind of showing different ways that you can go through this process of setting this up. Once you get a VCam actor in the scene, you go to the VCam actor settings, and then you want to primarily make sure that under virtual camera, the enabled box is ticked. Under output providers, you have pixel streaming provider selected, and then under let's see, input profile, well, no, live link subject is VCam actor, and then there are some output settings somewhere under let's see, modifier stack, where is it? Output providers index. You want to drop down the pixel streaming provider index. You want to make sure that that checkbox is checked where it says is active, and then you want to pick a target viewport where you want your camera to stream. Each device needs a viewport. Unreal Engine only has 4 viewports, so you can tether one device to each viewport. So under the VCam actor self, I have viewport 1 enabled. Then when I go into the VCam component, which is nested under the VCam actor, I have viewport 1 checked, and then I also have is active viewport 1 under target viewport for output providers. I'm talking fast because I don't expect you to be doing this while I'm talking about it, but maybe if you wanted to go back later in this video, try to timestamp and catch it. Pixel streaming provider, blah blah blah. So what I'll do now is we are going to reconnect this. I'm gonna just let it sit there. Let's assume that it's gonna reconnect, because it might not. Oh, okay, I need to launch this. I launched the signaling server. We got it connected. So I'm gonna go to Control Shift S to save. I'm gonna do a new VCam actor. So virtual production, VCam actor. This one's gonna be VCam actor 2. This is gonna be viewport number 2, and I'll go all the way down to AR kit. We're gonna disable that because I'm not trying to track my face. I don't need the camera for anything. We do want the UMG overlay to be VCam HUD, and we're gonna set this to pixel viewport or Unreal Remote output provider, and then enable it, and then we're going to change it to pixel streaming provider and then enable it. Disable AR kit tracking. Let's go under VCam component. Make sure only VCam viewport 2 is selected. VCam, let's see, pixel is active, viewport 2, UMG overlay HUD, VCam HUD. And I'm just testing this really fast. I'm running through this really fast. Not with the intent like to have you follow along, but I just want to test this theory, see if it works. Let's go file, no, edit, plugin set, project settings, all the way down to UMG, UDP messaging. And let's see if we have this device's IP address added. Wi-Fi info 61. Okay, so let's add another static endpoint. 192, 168, 160. Let's move this over to the side. And window viewports, viewport 2. Viewport 2 should be VCam actor 2. So I can go up here and grab VCam actor 2 and then go into my app and attempt to connect. Now it should give me the ability to select which stream I want. VCam actor 2, connect. Let's see if it works. Okay, failed. 192, 168, 126. Let's try it again. Signaling server is going. VCam actor 2, connect. And I think I need to do this thing again where if it doesn't connect, I'll go in here. Let's hit, it says it's connecting. Okay, let's cancel. Let's set this to remote output provider, viewport 2, VCam actor 2. Let's go to self, viewport 2. Okay, and then we're going to change it back to pixel streaming provider, viewport 2, enable, go back to VCam component, viewport 2, enable, set the overlay. And let's try to connect again. Actor 2, connect. Okay. Actor 1, I would give this to someone, but I don't have anyone to give it to. It's a lot and it is confusing. Actor 2, oh, fuck me sideways and call me Lucy. It works. Okay, let's keep this momentum. Okay, this is gonna crash. Absolutely is gonna crash. But hey, it might not. Let's go to open those project settings back up. Let's see what device this is. And we can't use, well, maybe we can do this. So let's go to settings, Wi-Fi, info. This is number 252. So in the UDP messaging, we need to have 252 enabled. We do. Let's go to window, viewports. This is like gonna kill my GPU. Let's go add another VCam actor. This one, VCam actor 3, needs to be enabled for viewport 3. We're not streaming anything yet, so I can go ahead and set this to remote output provider. Go to VCam actor. Make sure only viewport 3 is enabled. Remote output provider, we're gonna set it to viewport 3 and say, we're gonna add a HUD. If this works, I'm gonna like trip because this has been a pain in the asshole trying to figure out how to get 2 of them to work properly. Set this back to pixel streaming provider, viewport 3, VCam HUD active. Go back to VCam component. Viewport 3 is active. Let's open the VCam new connection. 192, 168, 126. Done. Okay. VCam actor 3 connect. Allow. Fuck me sideways. Allow. Okay, and I forgot to disable. Oh my goodness. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. AR kit tracking. We don't need that. Okay, let's disconnect. Great. Let's reconnect. And AR kit tracking must need to be enabled for iOS devices to work because it uses the camera. Oh my gosh. Oh my Lord. I can't believe this. Oh my gosh. All right, device number 1. Device device number 2, device number 3. Computer's going nuts. And I told my guy, we can do this. Well, he told me, you can do this. Oh my gosh. All right. And we have visual. Before this, I need to set it to, it says match remote resolution. Can I disable that? Enable match remote resolution. Well, that doesn't work, but holy shit. Excuse my language. It is a lot. It is confusing. But we got it. We got it. This is why they pay me the big bucks. The big bucks. So, I'll pick up all 3 of the devices. I'm going to deselect the camera feed. We're limited to 4 devices per session. Oh my gosh. Holy oh, I need a bottle of wine. Okay. I guess I need to make a YouTube tutorial because I couldn't find this shit anywhere on the internet. And I figured it out. Thanks to nobody. Everybody that's like doing what is it called? There are a lot of people that are using virtual production for I forget what it's called, in display, which means like a bunch of LEDs on a wall, and then they set a camera up with the Vive tracker on the camera and shoot a scene of people on a stage in front of the camera. This is how Mandalorian was filmed. What do those virtual tracking come in handy in game or in environment development? Well, not necessarily in the development of the game or the environment, but in cinematography through the game. So imagine animations are happening in the environment, and you are filming the animations happening in the environment. So let's say you got your camera, it's got some really good control movements, cars are driving through the scene, you're doing a car chase. You're essentially a drone camera filming your Unreal Engine environment. This is fucking nuts, right? Excuse my French. Oh, and I forgot you can like zoom in and out. You can change your camera settings. Oh my gosh. And each person has their own individual camera. So check this out. I will move this camera in the middle of the street, and I'm just gonna sit it on the desk. Well, first let me adjust the speed of this camera's movement down to 1. Okay. And this camera's just gonna be sitting there looking down. I'll take this one now, and I'll find that camera in the environment. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that, sure. All right, so let's figure out. It's gotta be over here somewhere. Let's adjust controller joystick speed is what I'm looking for. So let's turn that up 4x, I guess. 8 might be too much. And there you are. And there's that guy. So, you know, let's say I'll go down to the ground and I'll point my camera. Can I see it? There it is. There it is. Let me zoom out. Oh, I forgot that the camera movement is so high. Set it back to like 5. There it is. All right, so that's a person in the scene, and I'm gonna pause my location, set the camera down. We're just gonna grab this camera, and let's figure out where that guy is. So AR tracking is turned off. And the scene is paused, but I really wanted to just pause my movement. I wonder if that's possible. It's like I'm paused, so I disappeared, I guess. Let's figure out where that dude is. He's somewhere. Let's pick it up and move it. Somewhere straight. And let's figure out where you are. Dude must be in a tree. Where you at, buddy? I don't know. You're over there somewhere. Really, like, you know, if this was a person. If this was a person in the environment, like if you had a character, a body, instead of like a little camera thing, and maybe it's hidden, I don't know, then you could like essentially see each other. This is how, you know, Mark Zuckerberg did the Meta presentation. So let me put this down and let me move this one underneath. Okay, I was at a different tree. I'm looking for myself. There I am. Let's see if I can get like underneath the camera at all. So between these trees. Gotta be able to find each other. I don't know, maybe this device, his camera is invisible or something. Because you should be able to just look at each other. I don't know where that camera's at. Should be down on the ground somewhere. Okay, something I can figure out later, but it doesn't really matter. You should be able to see each other in the scene. But it's just, let's take this one over there. Oh, it's so much smaller. The controls are, this is why you need to do an iPad. Okay. That's fine. Okay, there's somebody. Oh, and that looks so good. It looks so good on here. I forget you can like tap and zoom. Oh, there's someone chilling. Y'all can't really see it, but okay, let's set this back to 1. And let's put you down. Let's grab the middle guy. Nope, not the middle guy. You can add a character, but that's a lot of work. Let's set our movement again back to 1. Okay. And for whatever reason, I can't see either of the guys on this one. We're not rendering for this camera. But here's what's cool. I can press this camera button up here, and I created a bookmark. I can press this record button up here, and it's going to pull open the sequencer. And I'm going to go in the street. And we're just going to walk around and look. And we're going to set our movement to let's try 5x. Not ready to record yet. Let's try 10x. Turn myself around. I'm going to use the room to walk. Okay, and I'm hit record. Take 1 of 1, recording. Joystick to turn myself around. And I'm going to increase my speed. I'm going to multiply my movement by 25, maybe 50. We're going to stop the recording. All that information recorded, and then I don't really know how to play this back. I've never done this before. I just know it can be done. And I think 483 properties, 3 components. There's got to be a way to play it back and watch it. So scene 1, take 2. Oh my God, this is beautiful. I'm gonna have to figure out how to watch this. Cancel recording. We're not recording anything right now. Okay, so show hide the takes browser. And let's double click this. And let's see if we can watch it. So I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect these phones or these devices. I'll disconnect everything actually. And we're gonna close these viewports that we no longer need. Save up on some bandwidth. And now, can I viewport? Yes. And I should be able to just hit play and watch my recording. Fuck, this is so cool. Yo, this is crazy shit right now. This is crazy. Oh my gosh. Fuck me. I hope there's no kids watching right now. But dude, this is amazing. So imagine we get this environment. I'm gonna work for the next 4 days to get this environment like done to a point that it's good enough for what I need. And oh my Lord, this is, I just learned all this in like 3 days. This is the most impressive thing that I have ever seen. So imagine you have an animation sequence happening here, fight scene, right? And you got somebody wearing a mocap suit and you're in a studio environment, and that mocap suit is translating information over to your character who is being animated in real time. You're recording the take of the 1 or 2 people or however many people in the mocap suit, and the iPad is acting also as the virtual camera in the scene, and you have it synchronized by its position, and you're walking around filming the people in the mocap suit with your virtual camera, right? So I mean, yeah, technically it would be a first person view, right? But it's the behind the camera view, right? So yeah, first person, yes, but think about filmmakers. The tablet is my camera in the virtual scene and in the real world. And if I have a person wearing a mocap suit in the real world and I want to film them and I want the camera footage to translate in the engine, it's like, this is how you can create cut scenes. This is how you can create animated movies. All right, so you have the animation and you want the camera footage. This is how you do found footage. What do they call the backrooms type found footage, right? So you have a Blender, like this is really popular with Blender right now, is backrooms found footage with like a VHS overlay, and it looks photorealistic, and you have like kind of real people integrated in this augmented environment. Most of it's fake because it's all like a Blender scene. Well, in Unreal Engine, you can do that in real time, and you can film yourself first person view walking through your environment. And the way that you would kind of match this 1-to-1 scale, if you're in like a big warehouse, you'd build a set that has walls or just like balls, like trackers on the floor that have the floor plan of the building that you're walking through. And then you use your camera to film the take walking through this fake floor plan, and then you import that information into the scene, and now you have your first person shot for your movie. So the fact that this didn't crash and I ran 3 devices, we're going to try one more session, and we're going to throw in device number 4. And we're going to pray that this goes just as seamlessly. Okay, so I didn't mean to go to mail. I meant to go to the Wi-Fi. And let's add 192.168.1.239. Okay, let's pull the device up. Okay, 4 devices. Now, this is amazing. We just recorded a whole take. First take I've ever recorded in Unreal Engine. You got to witness that, and I think it's amazing. We need window viewports 2, window viewport 3, window viewport 4. This one we'll put here for now. And we need one more VCam device, cinematic virtual production VCam actor, VCam number 3. Now we just have to remember, we have a takes browser, which is amazing. We just have to remember, enabled VCam actor 4, VCam actor defaults, We're going to set this to VCAM 4. We're going to set it to remote output provider, set it to VCAM viewport 4, set it to is active, go to VCAM component, going to uncheck everything but viewport 4. Okay, we're going to set this back to pixel streaming provider, set it again to viewport 4, set it to is active. We're going to pick an overlay, VCAM HUD. Let's go back to the VCAM actor self 4. This is an iPhone, so we do need to have ARKit tracking enabled. All right, enabled, pixel streaming provider, VCAM viewport 4. And now I will connect to this one first. So we'll go 192.168.1.26 done. Okay. And viewport 4 VCAM actor 4 shows up. Before I connect, I'm just going to go ahead and set this one here and say okay. We're going to do VCAM actor 3 on this one. This one will do VCAM actor 1. And this one will do VCAM actor 2. Let's connect number 4 first to make sure it works. Allow. Let's connect 3. We'll see. Could be some tethering issues here. This one is not on serial data. We'll wait. We'll try to connect 2. Number 2 is connecting. Let's make sure we got the right address. 2680. So this one's 1. Okay, cancel. And it's possible that before I can connect these, let's try number 1. Number 1 works. Let's try number 2 again. Four is already on. Let's try number 3. Okay, so number 1 is on, 2 is not, 3 is not. For number 2, I will go to so number 2, I'll go to VCAM actor 2, and then what we'll do is set this to remote output provider, viewport 2, active. Okay, go back here. All right, we're gonna set it back to pixel streaming provider, go to viewport 2, active. Okay. And then I'm gonna set HUD, VCAM HUD, and let's connect. Okay, it's like it needs a reset, but you can't be connected to it when you do the reset. So I've got 4, 1, 2. Now let's do 3. We're not connected. We're gonna change this to remote output provider, viewport 3 is active. Okay, 3. We're going to change it back to pixel streaming provider. That resets it. Go back to viewport 3, set it to is active, change the overlay, just type in HUD, and we look for VCAM HUD. Okay, it pops up. Connect. 3. Connect. What the absolute fuck, dude? This works. I solved it. And my computer is just like hustling right now. Amazing. Okay, so let's set this back to 1, and I'm just gonna hit down right here. Okay, so that this camera is not obstructed. All right, we don't have movement on number 3. So what I want to do is disconnect it. I'm going to make sure that AR overlay is, or AR, I'm going to turn off AR kit tracking. Let's try that. VCam Actor 3 is active. Let's lock it. So 1, 2, let's lock number 3 to this one and be selected. And let's try to reconnect to 3. Let's see if we have motion. Camera was obstructed, but no motion. And this was supposed to be viewport 3. So I can reset the viewport. Talking while I do it. Disconnect first. Go down to remote output provider. Set it to viewport 3. Set it to active. Go back to self. Move it to pixel streamer. Viewport 3. I think AR kit is supposed to be enabled, so let's set it to is active and then add the HUD. I think we have to have AR kit enabled. I don't know. 3, connect. But I show no movement with, well, I am moving, but the camera, it's supposed to be viewport 3. So let's disconnect it. Yeah, that's supposed to be viewport 3. Huh. Strange. Let's turn it off, back on. Let's set the perspective to VCam Actor 3. All right, there it is. That will fix it. I can manually set it. And then I can connect. Right? Oh, lordy. Okay. 2 down. Yeah, that still moves. This one's good. When many non-nanite meshes cover a large area of shadow map. So I got a lot of non-nanite stuff in here, which is amazing that it's still performing as well as it is. Okay. 3 viewports working. And it looks like this one's not connected to a viewport, so let's disconnect it. This one should be 1, 3, 4. This one should be 2. So if I go back to viewport 2, I can manually choose my placed camera, VCam Actor 2, and I can reconnect. Okay, let's figure out where we are though. Okay, so I'm lost. So what I'll do is I'll copy the location of Actor 2. Shift right mouse button. And we'll find Actor 3 and we'll paste it. Wait a minute, that's not what I meant. I meant to do, okay, we'll find Actor 4. Copy that location and paste it to Actor 3 and to Actor 2. Which is that one, right? see where this one has ended up. Okay. We're just under the ground. So let's change our movement to 1. Okay, let's see where we are here. Looks like we're really far away. Okay. And VCam actor, this one's in the center. This one is VCam actor 2. So let's grab VCam actor 1's location and then grab VCam actor 2 and paste him there. Don't know that we can move him. Can we go back to bookmark 1? Oh, I can see takes that I took. Amazing. But it appears as though we are piloting the wrong camera. So is that something? Okay, this is interesting. We went back into perspective mode. I can now watch the movie that I made. Let's close this. And interesting. I'm learning like about the program as well. And I don't know if there's a way to pilot a specific camera. So let's go back here. Become actor 2. And let's turn on piloting. Okay, that fixed it. There's a bookmark. Wow. All right, test all 4. Works. Number 3 should be number 3. So let's close that. Place cameras 3 and pilot. All right, debugging this on the fly. So 1, 2, and 3 are hooked up. Let's get number 4 going again. And then let's deselect. And number 4. Okay. 3, 2, 1. That's it. We did it. We did it. Now it's time to give my GPU a break. I'm gonna go have a shower and celebrate with an ice cold shower. And then I'm gonna order groceries or lunch. I'm very, very thankful that whoever's watching, you stuck with me through trying to figure this shit out. I hope that you found it informal, entertaining, insightful, something. I definitely just gained a lot of value from this. And fuck, I'm probably going to do some sort of a YouTube tutorial showcasing how to set this up properly, how to make it work. Because there are videos out there, and you can look it up on YouTube and you can find out how to do it. And typically it's easy to learn how to do, especially for one device. But 4 devices, there's no like real information out there from Epic on this, and I have to go to like 10 different websites to get chunks of information and put it all together to learn that Unreal Engine does have limitations. But I'll have another stream for environment dev either later today, definitely tomorrow. I don't know. I've got an important meeting coming up, and there are some NDA parts of this project that are probably going to be integrated soon, so I'll have to stop streaming. So maybe I'll do another stream later today, and one more tomorrow, and I'll be back in, I'd say, probably 2 weeks after tomorrow's stream. So I don't know anything about the notifications and stuff. I don't really use notifications on Twitch, YouTube, any of the streaming platforms. I'm live on Facebook, YouTube right now, and Twitch, I believe. I also go live on Instagram sometimes, and I sent you my Instagram. But even if you've subscribed on either of those, consider enabling the notifications. But you should get some sort of a notification when I go live. And generally, when I do go live, I go live for a minimum of like 5-6 hours. Sometimes I'll go live for 12 hours straight, sometimes for 24 hours. So when I go live, you're likely to catch me. And I don't know what type of project you're working on, but I'd be happy to follow along if you also start documenting. You might not be able to screen cap right now, but at least take your phone and do like a short video of, I don't know, your face, the computer, something kind of talking about your progress, even if you're at the very beginning of the project. Because believe it or not, there are people that are months away from being able to do what you can do. So my advice is to be humble and be proud of where you are in your development journey, so that you can teach the person who can learn from you. And that way we have this chain of succession happening in this community, where not only are you learning from me, but someone's learning from you, and then we're also learning from each other. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there. That is how you're going to make a lot more progress. For me, the reason that I do go live on YouTube, Facebook, like I go live through OBS to all these platforms, is because it helps me stay productive, and it prevents me from falling into that trap of like checking my phone and then watching videos for 30 minutes and then looking up stuff on the internet for 30 minutes. Because if I'm live, then people are going to want to see something happen. And this has been the fastest way for me to learn and for me to hold myself accountable to making real progress in figuring this stuff out. I can guarantee you, if I wasn't live for the last 6 hours, I probably wouldn't got to this point to where I figured out how to do this. This has been a pain in my ass for 3 weeks straight. And you can see my hair is crazy right now. I'm just chilling, like trying to stay comfortable. I'm standing up because like sitting down, I get so uncomfortable and I can't be productive. But I spent the last 3 weeks trying to figure out how to get just one of these working consistently. And because I was on this stream and I was able to kind of showcase this project to you, I was also able to find a solution to a problem that I've had for so long. So take your 2-year game idea, 30-year game idea, and start just creating. You don't have to create your game right away, but just start creating in Unreal Engine. Surely follow me and I'll like show you some of the built-in tools that you can use to start creating your environment. But if you just start creating, you'll get a few steps closer to your end goal of having a game made. But if you don't create, you'll get a few steps further away from it by not doing anything at all. So my advice to you is just get on Unreal Engine and do the bare minimum. At least start creating something. If it's a cube, a rectangle, a landscape, some stairs, I don't know what you want to build, but think about visually in your head like a portion of your game and start just trying to figure out how the engine works. If you said you used an Unreal Engine before, we'll start trying to figure out how to find solutions to the problems that arise, and I promise you a year from now you'll be glad that you did. And if you start live streaming on like Facebook or something somewhere while you're working, even if it's setting your phone up and then live streaming from your phone, just having your face and the computer screen in the background, and you're just talking about random stuff while you're learning, that gets you motivated to like keep making progress because you have an audience. And I just proved that with this amazing step forward into being able to use multicam sessions. So I gotta go. I'm gonna go take a shower and take this win, and be very glad that I did. And I'll be back. I'm sure I'll be back on streaming again later, but it's time for me to start building this environment tonight and like wrapping it up. Before I get to the NDA part of this project, I will showcase some of the tools that I'm using to build this environment. It's not traditional. It's probably not going to be as practical for whatever environment you are building, but stay in touch with me and watch some of my streams if you can. They're very long and there's probably not a lot to learn over a 6-hour stream that I do. But yeah, man, would love to see your progress and some videos that you upload to your channel.